The west of Canada is known for its breathtaking views, especially those of the Rocky Mountains. The Rockies draw more than 9 million people to them a year, most of them coming for the views. However, there is rich history to be learned in the west of Canada too. History is always around us, but we don't notice it nearly as often as we should. On our trip, I set out to see what people learned on their visits to the West, and if they learned more than they expected they would. My thesis was, Western Canada's history is more rich and diverse than people expect, which causes their worldview in relation to Western Canada to change. They may have come for the views, but they will also remember the history.
As we were going through, I pulled up in my book because those guys have just been traveling together. I just met them, and I opened it up and saw, wow, this Discovery Center is highlighted as being a great place to stop and learn about the history. So I said, we got to stop here.
Great.
That's why we stopped.
Have you learned anything that you didn't expect today?
Learned about this glacier. And sadly, what happened there, that they ended up having to dismantle it because the money had to go to Japan. Yeah.
Have you learned anything here today that you didn't expect?
Not really.
I think that I did learn more about the history than I expected, but the views also really surprised me too because I already knew we would be learning about the history. And I think that for me, my thesis was correct. After returning and reflecting on the interviews I got, sadly many had unusable audio and or video. I think that my thesis was close to right, but not quite there. The geography of the West didn't impact people maybe as much as I thought it might, but it still impacted everyone on some level. I think everyone has different experiences of the Rockies based off their own unique worldviews, if they've been there before, and why they even went there in the first place. Through this project, I've learned that geography impacts everyone a little differently, and no two experiences are the same.